Hey guys, welcome to LaDonna's Lounge with your host, Precious LaDonna. Okay, so this is my first podcast episode. I plan on doing a series about entertainment, just relationships, being funny, having fun, letting your hair down or whatever. I hope I can get some guests on here soon. And I also have some ideas for the podcast, but this is my first episode, so of course, you got to bear with me as I bring these ideas to life, okay? So, again, welcome to my lounge. This is my basement, actually. So I'm hooking it up because I do plan on, having little events down here. Like I said, game nights, stuff, for my friends. Maybe hosting live events. So we shall see. I also have a mic coming, guys. So I know right now it's like, okay, I don't look like a podcaster, but I'm gonna have a mic. Even if the mic not on, I'm gonna just have it sitting right here, and then it just be like, it just give it the look, the podcast look. I don't know. I mean, for real, I could just talk to you like this. This is fine. So I am born and raised Washington D.C. A little bit about me, okay? So yes, I represent the DMV. We got all the fine ladies in the DMV, right? So, it's the original chocolate city. Yes, okay, no question about it. Right now, we a little Oreo mix now, you know what I'm saying? I mean, chocolate on the outside and a little everything else on the inside. But yeah, so guys, let's get right into it. I wanted to talk about some things. I don't know. I'm a Twitter person, a big Twitter fan. So I am this type of person that gets up, I look at Twitter. I go to bed, I look at Twitter. If I wake up in the middle of the night with that damn insomnia that I have, I look at Twitter and I look at, all the things that just makes you laugh. And Twitter is my go-to. I'm telling you, even if I'm feeling like a little down or just like, blah, I go to Twitter, y'all. Because Twitter be having you dying laughing. Like, Black Twitter especially, it's just hilarious, right? So, I don't know if you guys been catching up or whatever, but the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. So, there was, I think, a governor that came out and she said she had all this evidence. She could have been a governor, a senator, a legislator, whatever, I don't know. But that she had all this evidence that Tory is innocent. The only thing about that, guys, I want people to understand what he got charged with and what he got convicted of. It's different from him actually firing the gun itself. But I guess it kind of goes hand in hand because they're saying there's no evidence on the weapon. Of course, he was convicted of having a weapon. Because there's, you go to other countries, he might have got life. Okay? You go somewhere else, they don't play that. So, I mean, I know he got, I think, 7 years, something like that. I don't know. But, so, what's crazy to me is that night, I really feel like it was a wild night. And honestly, I feel like because of the amount of drinking, and remember they were going live that night, and they were at Kylie Jenner's house or whatever. And I feel like, I don't know if you guys ever been out and you binge drink and you blacked out. I honestly think they don't know what happened. They cannot recall. Once you black out, let's be honest, you do not recall what happened, okay? You may get bits and pieces. It may come in as a flash, and then you remember, I remember being in the car, or I remember twerking at the pool, and then I just got home, and I don't remember how I got home. I honestly think that they were drinking so much that none of them really probably know what happened. And I'm talking about Tory, Kelsey, and Megan. I feel like they were drinking so much. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe one of them does recall, or you know what I mean? But the amount of drinking just really concerns me as far as recalling actually everything that happened. This new evidence that came out or whatever, Megan's team is disputing that evidence. It's no new evidence. That team is adamant that it was Tory that shot the weapon at her. They're adamant. They're you can discredit all this new evidence, right? But then the pictures came out of Kelsey, Tory, and supposedly Megan's feet, child. And Kelsey has all these cuts on her leg. It looked like someone took a razor and cut her leg, or a piece of glass and cut her leg. She got these bruises. Like her bra strap is undone. You look at Tory, it looks like he's just, regular. Like no one touched him. He just took his clothes off. You don't see any obvious bruises, scratches, anything like that. So it kind of does make you look, give a side eye a little bit like, what the hell was really going on, So it's rumored that they both were intimate with Tory. And that is what led to the argument between Megan and Kelsey. Again, these are allegations. We do not know what really happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the security that came out and said that Kelsey is the one that fired the weapon. You got all these different accounts. And it's just like, what the hell is going on? That's why I feel like they really don't know. Like, they really are to kind of like put the story together, if that makes sense. Like, it's really, really hard to put this story together because it's just like everybody is saying something different. Like, what really, really happened? You know what I mean? Then you got the video of Megan saying she actually stepped on glass. Right? And so Twitter is so divided because you have people that are adamantly on Megan's side. Like, stop playing with her. Like, protect black women. Yeah. Which is cool. You know what I'm saying? And you got people like, nah, dog. All the celebrities that came out and said free Tory. So it's like, do they know something that we don't know? With this legislator, whatever she is, a congresswoman, and I'm sorry, I don't know her name. But with her coming out, saying that she had all this evidence, like, what's really, really going on? Again, he was not charged with firing the weapon. He was charged with possession, right? So, so it's like, is he really going to still get out? He had it. It was in his possession. It's just crazy because it's like I said, you don't really know what happened. Like, it's just too much. It's too much going on. Like, Kelsey and Megan are not friends anymore. They, I think Kelsey done had a baby. All this, like, it's crazy because, there's a lot of rumors about Megan and her girl code. Not following girl code. That's all I'm going to say about that. You know what I mean? So, does anybody deserve to get shot? Does anybody deserve that? No. You know what I'm saying? So I am not saying that at all. But again, these are rumors. These are allegations. We don't know these people's lives. You know what I'm saying? But I had to talk about it anyway. But like I'm saying, like, I just really feel like, again, my take on that is that the people involved were blacked out drunk. So, even if he has, called the jail and he's like, well, I apologize. What he might not even know. Like, he might be trying to piece it together. Like, he's probably apologizing for how the night turned out as a whole. But again, if somebody had a Ring camera or something that could have recorded that night, man, it would have made a hell of a difference. Because it just seems like there's a lot of guessing on what actually happened. But Megan had a knot on her head and Kelsey had legs that was all effed up. They were fighting. It's clear as day. They were fighting. That's one thing we can say. The evidence shows that they were fighting. So Tory does not look touched, but the evidence shows that them two girls were getting it in. Okay, so talking about that leads me to the next topic or whatever. Y'all know WAP. Y'all ever met somebody with some WAP? Some wet ass. So anyway, Megan's girl, Cardi. We see the breakup happening in real time, y'all. That's, it's so crazy to be a celebrity or in the public eye because everybody's in your business, and whether you want them to be or not, like, they're in your business. It's no way around it. They are there. They are in it, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of juicy. We can't help it, and like I said, everything's coming out. Offset. And Cardi B, they're divorced, they're pending divorce. And it's like been a wild ride. And I feel like this is just the beginning. Like, Cardi B was with Offset. It's been years. Like, they had 3 beautiful babies together. And she recently had a baby. So I'm thinking maybe earlier this year or like late last year. The baby is still like a baby. Like, so, and I really do believe that Cardi B wanted to make it work. I really do believe that. Like most women, you know, we do believe in that fairy tale. We do believe in, you know, if I get married to this man, he's going to be faithful. Like that is the vows that you take, like to be faithful, to be honored, whatever. And, you know, so, you know, from the beginning though, like that's the thing, y'all. We be ignoring them red flags. We be ignoring them red flags. We do. All of us, as a whole, men, women, dogs, cats, we be ignoring the damn red flags, and we don't take it seriously. We keep going with the person, or we don't try to fix it, right? So there's therapy, there are, you know, talking, communication. Those are things that you can do. But as a whole, a lot of us miss the red flags, or we choose to ignore them. And in Cardi B's case, I think Offset has been cheating on her, allegedly, the entire relationship. Do you remember him coming on stage one time with this the flowers and I apologize while she performing? And how fucking crazy is that? Like, for you to take my moment to come up here with your bullshit. Like, I would have fired my whole team. Like, why would y'all let him come up here while I'm performing? So it's like, no, like this should have been, no, don't, that's not cute. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm mad, I'm mad. And you coming up here right now you done ruined my whole goddamn day. You done ruined my performance, everything, I'm off. You know what I'm saying? Like, that to me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not fucking with it, so. B made it IG official. Of course, there's been a lot of back and forth with her and Offset. Offset said some things online like, you know, you just doing this as a PR and I pass. And then Stephon Diggs posted something of him catching a ball. Like, okay, yeah, okay, I'll take that then. You know what I mean? So it's just really, really messy. Unfortunately, you know, Offset, he is requesting like alimony or spousal support. And I'm starting to think, like, you know, that makes me think Cardi B is the breadwinner in this situation. And I can see that because Migos, you know, had at one point, one of the members, you know, sadly was killed. And then, you know, you have Quavo and Offset, and they don't seem to speak. Like, they don't even, I mean, I know they did, like, the performance for Takeoff, but they don't seem to speak to each other. It still seems to be some type of beef going on. So it's like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure he can make money. See, the thing is with celebrities, they got avenues to make money. Of course, they can always go on tour. And social media pays you as well. Social media, YouTube, all that, you can get paid. You know what I mean? Public appearances, interviews. It's ways you can get paid. You know, you can always do that. But as far as being on the charts, being hot, brand deals, I know Cardi B had a lot of brand deals, Reeboks, Fashion Nova. It's things I know that she got them checks coming in, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I can totally see her being the breadwinner. It's like unfortunate though, because it's like, you know, there are 3 kids involved, and unfortunately the kids are going to feel this. And it just seems like Offset is very bitter. Like, I'm going to be honest. He's very bitter, and what I don't get though is that if you were the cheater, like, now this is where narcissism comes in. I'm sorry. If you were the one cheating and she asked you to stop cheating, and you're married, so this is like your commitment, your vows that you took, right? So if you're the cheater and she finally says, I've had enough, how the audacity for you to get online and make it seem like she's the fucking villain? That's the weird part to me. You've been out here having your fun, doing your thing. You got women in my DMs. You got women embarrassing me online. You got all these baby mothers, whatever. And I'm taking care of your other kids, and this is what you do? Spousal support too? Come on. And we seen Cardi B over Memorial Weekend, twerking on the boat with the girlies, twerking with Stephon. Like, it just seems like, what you call that? Like, what is that? The type of relationship you just jump into. You know, you're still trying to figure it out. You're still healing. And maybe it could just be that they're having a good time. You know, I'm having a good time. Maybe they could be seriously dating. But that involves her 3 kids. Like, it's one thing to have a good time. It's one thing when it's serious. Okay? we can all have a good time with a nigga. Like, we can all have a good time. We can all be on the boat twerking. We all, you know what I'm saying, like, go to the club, pop bottles, go to the strip club, and, you know, they're rich. So you can do that, and you can have a good time, but to me, the seriousness comes in when it's family time, or it gets serious, or something happens. That's when the person should have your back, and that's what... So right now, yes, it's fun. You got the honeymoon stage, y'all. Y'all know how that honeymoon stage feels. It feels so good. Oh, my man. He makes me feel so good. Y'all in bed. Y'all fucking. Y'all doing it. Y'all doing everything. Y'all getting it in. Like, she said she getting her back blown out. Like, yes, it is so much fun in the beginning. But when them real issues start to peek in a little bit, and, you know, you've seen all the women surrounding him on the boat, that's what I said. Hopefully it's just a little fun run. But that's going to be a problem because what she wants is commitment. You know what I mean? So if you're going to go from one guy that was cheating and having this little fun to another guy that's going to possibly do the same thing, I'm saying it. Unless, you know, she's into it and she wants to have fun with the women too, as long as I'm involved. But see, that's Pandora's box. And you open in Pandora's box. Okay? You got to be careful with shit like that. That's what I'm saying. So, and people don't really change. If we having a good time with the women now, I want to have a good time with the women next year. I want to keep that going. So, that's the thing where it's like, people gotta, you know, you gotta realize what you want. And if it's fun, then it's fun. If it's not, it's not. Like I said, so I hope she is having fun. I hope it's stress relief for her. I know it could be very tough breaking up with a narcissist, and I'm gonna call him that because of what I see. I know we throw that word around a lot, but it's certain behaviors that just warrant that name, okay? And he is displaying that behavior, okay? I just see it. I do. I don't think that people really be dealing with narcissists, but it's a real thing. Like, it really, really is. And it's very difficult to break up with the narcissist because everything that you do, whether it's good or bad, everything is your fault, as in self, like in the person in the relationship that's dealing with the narcissist. Like, everything that you do, everything that you say, you know, and the way that they talk to you, the way that they handle you, it could be very gaslighty, you know, it's that type of behavior. So, you know, they turn everything on you, they make it seem like you're to blame, all these things, all the behaviors, and I'm seeing that, because there's no accountability. You ruined your marriage, not Cardi. You see what I'm saying? And nobody's perfect, and we don't really know what went on behind closed doors, but we do see social media. We do see the women coming out saying that they were with you, or you with this one and that one, and you try to, you know, come out first with a new woman on your arm on the red carpet and all that. It's just like, you know, the behavior is very, like, boy, please. Like, just move the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? But a narcissist, they have to get their lick back. It's a campaign of destruction. That's what they do. It's a campaign of destruction, and that's what it is. With relationships and my thoughts on relationships, but I just wanted to, you know, kind of have like a, you know, just a short discussion about it or whatever. And I know earlier I mentioned red flags. See, the thing about this generation, like, we have everything at, you know, in our phone. Everything is at our disposal now. Like, back in the day, courtship, dating, everything was so different. You know what I mean? Like, social media has changed our lives. Like, you know, some things for the good, a lot of things for the bad. I'm gonna be honest. Like, so you have Tinder, you have Plenty of Fish, you have a plethora of options, okay? Even if you scroll on Instagram and you go to Explore page, you see all these women, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see all these men, and you have so many options. Like, I think that is a problem. You know, a lot of people do not have discipline when it comes to dating. And I want to say this, like, you got a lot of people that are like, I can't find no one, I can't this, I can't that. And I feel like we don't ask each other serious questions. So whether you meet someone online, whether you meet someone in the grocery store or whatever, and you think they're fine, you think they're cute, whatever, we don't really ask the right questions when we're starting to date someone. You know what I mean? Like, what are your intentions? You know what I mean? So, like, you meet someone and they're like, okay, you know, I think you're fine. I want to take you out on a date, this, and that. Okay, cool. You know, like, you gotta ask questions. Like, for you to expect someone to just know what you want, you're never gonna get what you want. Like, that's simple. For you to expect it, and then you're always gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna say that. You're gonna be disappointed. So if I meet a guy and he's like, oh, I want to take you out on a date, I don't ask no questions. I don't say where we going or whatever. Like, unless he says it's a surprise, but I don't like surprises, to be honest with you guys. But, you know, unless he says it's a surprise. But if you don't ask him, okay, you want to go on a date, like, how should I dress? Where are we going? What is your idea of a date? Then you're going to be disappointed when his ass take you to coffee, like to get coffee at Starbucks. Like, you're going to be, oh, you just look sexy. Forget all the name brands. Like, you just look sexy. You done put it on. You know what I'm saying? You thinking he about to take you to this 5-star restaurant because of what you see on social media. Let's be real. And I'm just talking about social media a lot because I'm telling you, a lot of people's visions are so blurred and distorted because of social media. The expectations, okay? So if you don't ask the questions, and I'm speaking from a woman's point of view, that's all I can do. I would love for a man to, you know, ask me what I like. You know, that would be nice if men could say, you know what, is there a place that you haven't been or you like that you would like to go to? That would be a first start for a man, you know, if he really was interested in a woman and he wanted to take her somewhere nice, right? But as a woman, you have to speak up. You know, you have to ask him, like, what do you want to take me out? Can you give me an idea what your first idea, you know, your idea of what a first date is? So, you know, so you won't be disappointed when he takes you to a coffee shop to get to know you. Because I've seen so many women, you know, they're disappointed. And this could have been a really good guy. And that's what I'm trying to get to next, the intentions. You also need to ask the person, and this goes for men and women, what are your intentions? Like, are we dating to have fun? And that goes back to Cardi B. Are we dating to have fun? Are we just having fun? Is this a fling? Is this a situationship? Because I need to know. Like, I'm never, like, I've had girlfriends that said they've been on dates with a man, and the man told me I forgot my wallet. I've never been in that situation. And I'm not bragging or anything. Because I asked for it. I need to know. Like, what is the intent? Like, before we get there, are you prepared for this? I need to know. That's what I said. A lot of people are disappointed because you have expectations that are not lived up to. And that is because you did not ask. You did not seek the information. No one can read your mind. Period. And it's like, no question is a bad question. Like, we're going back to school, okay? So, like, you have to ask these things. And I feel like a lot of this discourse about what men want, what men do, what women do, could be eliminated if we all communicated with each other. Just communicate. Just say what you want. Like, telling everybody men ain't this, women ain't this, women ain't that. You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee you, most of those people did not communicate with said woman, said man. Like, they did not communicate. Like, they're not, like, how the hell would somebody know what you want if you don't tell them? You get what I'm saying? So, like, you guys are, you know, telling everybody online. And it's just all these different discussions about women, what women should do and what men should do. And I want a man like this and I want a man like that that's going to do this and whatever. Okay, that's fine, man. That's fine. But I'm going to tell you this. The average person cannot live up to what you're seeing on social media. What you're seeing that's influencing you to feel this way. Okay? It's just period. Like, yes, you have some men that can do these things or whatever, but what is going to make you stand out for them to do that for you? It's just so many options, okay? So like, and I can get into it deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, but I feel like the first step is communication, guys. Like, a lot of us are not communicating with each other. We're disappointed because we're just not, letting each other know what we're seeking for. Like, what is our purpose in dating? And a lot of you don't know. You don't even want nothing for real. You just want someone to take you to a restaurant. You want to show off on social media. Let's be fucking for real. You've had women that said, I just go use men to take me out to the different restaurants. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just, so it's like on both ends, you got men that have been tainted, like, I'm done. Like, you got men that are like, I'm done. I done took this woman out on this nice date, and she carried me. She carried me. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, so then the next woman who has serious intentions and really, really want a committed relationship is not going to get that treatment because what happened? You then took the spot to abuse it. Okay? So, like, it's, like I said, I'm speaking from a woman's point of view. I'm not a man. So I can't tell you women think. That's why I would love to have someone come on with me and speak with me and, just talk about their dating. I'm going to have that soon. But I want to thank you guys for joining me on my first podcast. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit more professional, okay? But this is my first one, so we can look back at it and laugh, okay? But, yes, guys, it's your host, Precious LaDonna, in LaDonna's Lounge, and I'll see you next time.